Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Let us jump in here. I just post this in a few different places and we will jump in. All right. Okay, so let's just take a look at where we are. Business as usual, right? So Ethereum is at 1850, 1849. Right now, Ethereum's at 1849. Bitcoin's coming in hot at 53.3. The Ether Bitcoin valuation has been steadily moving up, now at 0.03467877. The dominance of Bitcoin is sort of trending down-ish, right? Sort of trending down. Not something like this, but it is slowly decreasing right here. So let's do a recap. And I have like 3 videos that I've already queued up to come out over the next several hours or half day or whatever. And we'll discuss some of that in these videos. But the general recap, of course, is Ethereum. To see Ethereum shine, we needed a Bitcoin correction, which we got. We needed a Bitcoin bounce, which we got. And then we want Bitcoin to be at 52 to 53K, well above the 20-day moving average, which is what we have. This is the catalyst. It can be a huge catalyst for Ethereum. Now, what would hold Ethereum back? Okay, so what would actually hold it back in terms of the Ether Bitcoin valuation? You can see the Ether Bitcoin valuation is generally trending up. I mean, it just went down to 0.03 not that long ago. It's already back up to 0.0346. But what would cause the Ethereum valuation to sort of get held up against Bitcoin? And we know what it is, right? We know what it is. It's if Bitcoin goes back into price discovery mode. So if Bitcoin is able to either go above this level or it starts to capitulate, say, below these levels, if it starts to go back down, then this would probably not be good for Ethereum. So we're sort of in the Goldilocks zone, right? We're sort of in the Goldilocks zone for Ethereum, where Bitcoin is below its prior all-time high. It's above the 20-day moving average. And what ideally we would want to see, we don't always get what we want, of course, but ideally we would like to see Bitcoin volatility diminish. But again, we don't always get what we want. So if Bitcoin were to go back into price discovery mode, then Ether USD will likely be dragged up with it, kicking and screaming, but the Ether Bitcoin valuation would actually fake us out and come back down in that scenario. So we had sort of a move right here, remember, back in November where we came up, and then ultimately we ended up coming all the way back down in December while Bitcoin went on an amazing rally. So we're sort of at that same area. Now the question is this a fake out? And really it's going to come back down much lower before rebounding? Or is Bitcoin going to behave and let the Ether Bitcoin valuation come back up, say, to the top of the channel at maybe a valuation of 0.05, which is 1/20th the price of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is, say, $5,300 or say, or $53,000, let's just say 50,000, then 1/20th of that would put Ethereum at 2,500. Obviously, Bitcoin is over 50,000, so 1/20th would actually be, closer to maybe 2,700 or somewhere in that ballpark. But that's generally the idea, right? It's generally the idea. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys like the content. Definitely subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Let's keep an eye on Ethereum. It's been flirting with that 1850 level. We're now at 1851. So this is generally good for Ethereum. My main hesitancy right now for the Ether Bitcoin valuation is the fact that Bitcoin is also moving up relatively quickly, right? Bitcoin is not really cooperating like we might want it to for Ether Bitcoin to run. And someone else like, why does it matter? It's just basically if Bitcoin is running and in price discovery mode, it can drag Ethereum up, but it's not going to be like a major move for Ethereum. It's going to just sort of be dragging it up, nothing to get out of bed for, right? Nothing like that. So that's sort of the reason. And when Bitcoin goes into price discovery mode, a lot of people FOMO back into Bitcoin rather than sitting with other coins. So that's why I would say it's better for Ethereum in terms of the Bitcoin valuation of Ethereum is that if Bitcoin stays below its prior all-time high. Because whenever Bitcoin goes into price discovery mode, we know that Ethereum tends to bleed against it. That's just crypto 101, right? If Bitcoin's in price discovery, most things will bleed against Bitcoin. By the way, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. I'm kind of surprised we only have 677 viewers. Normally by this point we'd have like 1,500. Maybe the notifications aren't going out since I recently put out a video. No, Sean, don't schedule the Forbes interview just yet. We still have a ways to go. Yeah, we can talk about the dollar because this is something that is sort of it could be concerning for the health of Bitcoin. And I was actually discussing this earlier on a different show. But the dollar is showing a lot of strength, and everyone's always saying the dollar it should just go down. But we said, right, if everyone knew what was going to happen, like if it were that easy, then it would be a lot easier to make money in trading. Especially like Forex, right? Foreign exchange. I mean, the hard part is knowing, is this a fake out like it was over here, or is this a decisive move back up, which would probably cause Bitcoin to go back down? Now, is there a possibility they both go up? Well, anything's possible, but we're just looking at what's happened in the past. And in 2018, the dollar went up, we had a bear market. In 2014, the dollar went up, we had a bear market. In 2017, the dollar dropped, we had a bull market. In 2020, from March until today, basically, we've had a bull market. But if the dollar continues to push up here, I just have a hard time seeing Bitcoin going to very insane valuations in the short term if the dollar is also pumping with it. I'm not going to say it can't happen. It's hard to imagine them both pumping sustainably at the same time. Again, on any given day, you can have a nice move, and by the way, DOT is looking pretty good as well. I mean, you guys know I'm very bullish on DOT. DOT is now at $36. So DOT is one of those ones that I'm happy to just earn interest on it, stake it, forget about it, wake me up later on. I'm very bullish on DOT. ADA is coming in at $1.13. So my guess is that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with ADA cooling down for a while. I mean, it's still up, 60x from the bottom. So, I mean, I feel like ADA has done a lot already. And note that we are about, about 4 to 5 days from the anniversary of our March capitulation last year. So we're about 5 days away from that. Might be something to keep in the back of your mind. We'll see how that plays out in another few days. Yeah, so Bitcoin is now at 53.6. Ethereum is obviously having trouble keeping up. I mean, let's actually look at the Ether Bitcoin valuation, but let's look at it on, say, the hourly time scale. So you can see that over the last hour, Ether Bitcoin has been dropping because Bitcoin has been moving up relatively quickly. So ideally speaking, if we want to see Ethereum really make a move, we would want Bitcoin volatility to stop. But the problem is that Bitcoin a lot of times doesn't cooperate, right? It just simply will not cooperate with what we want. This is why we say it's the king. You should respect the king. It controls the market. Nothing else controls the market. Recognize that Bitcoin does control the cryptocurrency asset class. I have a video coming out after this called Ethereum, the Overvaluation Reaccumulation Phase of a Lifetime, Part 3. We also have a video queued up called Polkadot, a realistic price prediction. And then we have a video on the current upper bound to the Bitcoin logarithmic regression curve. So if you want to make sure you don't miss any of those videos, all three of which will probably be released within the next 24 hours, definitely hit that subscribe button. We're currently at 186,000 subscribers. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we have 186,000 subscribers. Like, I've never seen the subscriber count go up this quickly. It's going up by like 8 to 10,000 subscribers per day. Like, the channel is literally going by 8 to 10,000 subscribers per day. Yeah, and after those three videos are released, we'll have another video queued up in the not so distant future, hopefully on a realistic price prediction for Chainlink. But first, we have a dot video, a Bitcoin video, and an Ethereum video all queued up, ready to go. After that, we'll discuss Chainlink. All right, so so one thing I want to say, because I've seen people get discouraged over because they're like 90% Ethereum, which is a lot, but they see this and they're like, all right, they wish Bitcoin would sit still. Remember that even if Bitcoin goes back into price discovery mode, we're just kicking the can down the road, right? You can kick the can down the road occasionally. So even if Bitcoin goes back into price discovery mode, the same analysis will likely apply. Again, we're just kicking the can down the road. So let's just take it one day at a time. Even if Bitcoin goes back into price discovery, it's still long-term very good for Ethereum because it'll likely drag Ethereum's valuation up, and then we'll just have to go back through the process of waiting for Bitcoin volatility to calm down, etc. So I would say there's no reason to be discouraged, even if Bitcoin does go back into price discovery, if you don't own much Bitcoin and you're, say, knee-deep or neck-deep in Ethereum and altcoins. You're just going to have to wait until Bitcoin volatility comes down. Now, I told you guys that Ethereum can rally. The sweet spot is a 52 to 53K Bitcoin. That's my opinion. The reason I say that is because I feel like if it gets to, say, 56K, 57, or even 55K, somewhere in that ballpark, it's going to be really flirting with price discovery mode, which would be at 58K or above, about 58.3. And we all know what happens when Bitcoin gets near price discovery mode, right? Everyone FOMOs back into Bitcoin. So this is why I'm saying we need to keep a close eye on what Bitcoin's doing, because if it sort of kind of stops, if the train stops at 52 to 54K and it sort of just consolidates, then I think Ethereum's still primed to move against Bitcoin. But if we see Bitcoin, the Bitcoin train, just immediately, without hesitating, go back to 58K, then I would say just buckle up, right? Just buckle up. If we look at the regression bands right now, the lower bound on the regression band at the current time, the peak regression band, is at approximately 58,937. Okay, 58,937. That is something to keep in mind. The upper part is all the way up here is actually at around $87,000. So I don't know if we're going to make it there in the short term or not, but if we did go up to, say, $87,000 tomorrow, which I don't think we would go to 87K tomorrow, but if we did, we would actually still obey our logarithmic regression growth curve, right? So if we look at, say, like the BLX, we can see sort of a macro trend here of the Bitcoin valuation. So I would say just keep that in mind. We're not going to say that it can't go above it because, again, it's only fit to 3 data points, but it is something that we would be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't at least talk about it, right? If we didn't at least talk about it. And I don't know why TradingView is so slow right now, but I've had a lot of trouble opening up some of these charts, and I don't know why. But so this is what we're sort of looking at right here. So if it were to go to, say, the top of the regression band, which is where this one went and where this one went, then it would imply going to approximately 87K. Remember, this is increasing monotonically. For instance, back in 2019, when we went to 14K, the regression band only ranged from 28 to 42K. Today, it ranges from around 58, 59K up to 87K. And a year from now, it could be well over 100K in terms of the regression band. I'm not saying it can't break it. We know that it could. In fact, if you zoom in, we've already broken it. Last cycle, we had a little wick above it. The cycle before that, we had a wick about 5% above it. So it's not that we can't go above it. It's just that if we're up there, I would be exceedingly cautious with cryptocurrency in general. Exceedingly cautious with it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Let's get to 200,000 subscribers. We're actually, it's kind of crazy because I thought it would take me like half a year, like I thought I wouldn't get to 200,000 subscribers until like later this summer. And at this rate, we're probably going to get there in the next like 2 or 3 days because we're already at 186,000, 186,296. So we're really moving up relatively quickly. Yeah, what is the current? Let me see what the current market capitalization of the entire cryptocurrency asset class is. So we're actually currently at a modest 1.65 trillion. Actually, you can see that the Bitcoin market cap is right at 999 billion. So maybe it's sort of holding a little bit of resistance here at a $1 trillion market capitalization. You see we're just shy of a $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin right now. So let's go back over to the charts. Let's pull up Bitcoin. So yeah, you can see where we are. Now, if Bitcoin were to hold resistance here at a $1 trillion market capitalization and volatility were to diminish while we stay above the 20-day moving average and maybe the 21-day EMA, I think Ethereum can still run. I don't think it's worth, again, I don't think it's worth calling up Forbes when Ethereum's not even at 2K, right? Scale it back, cancel those calls. Let's wait for Ethereum to get to at least 2K. And then we can talk, because I mean, I think ideally speaking, we'd want to be looking at a $3,000 Ethereum. $2,000 is nice, right? I mean, a $2,000 Ethereum is really nice, don't get me wrong, but it does make me wonder, right? It makes me wonder, what would a $3,000 Ethereum feel like? And for us to get to $3,000, we would need to be going, say, to the top of the orange regression band. So let me... Oh my gosh, why is this going so slow? Okay, so let me pull up Ether USD and we're gonna go check this out. So we'll pull up our regression rainbow and see where we are in the grand scheme. Where are we? So remember, I don't think we'll make it to this regression band in the same way that Bitcoin didn't, right? If you look at the Bitcoin regression rainbow, each cycle peak is unable to make it to the regression band, at least 2 regression bands below its prior one. So keep that in mind. So I don't necessarily think that Ethereum is going to be able to break above or back into the top regression band, which by the way would correspond all the way up here. But as I've said before, I think the orange one is on the cards. I think the purple one is on the cards. So the orange one, right, if we come to the top of this one, we'd be looking at a 3K Ethereum. This is what I'm sort of hoping for at the very least. Okay, I'm hoping for at least a $3,000 Ethereum. It's going to be hard for me to get out of bed for anything less than a $3,000 Ethereum, to be completely honest. Now, a $5,000 Ethereum, it's hard for me to imagine Ethereum going much higher than $5,000 in the short term. I think that $5,000 could theoretically be on the cards, but it's not like I would bet the family farm on that, right? There's no reason to bet the family farm on something like that. You can take profits along the way systematically, so you're banking those profits, so whenever a correction does come, at least you took profits. But I'd be looking at a 3K Ethereum and then maybe a 5K Ethereum if the entire cryptocurrency asset class is able to consistently stay bullish for several more weeks or something. So something to keep in mind. The current market cap of Bitcoin is around 999 billion. So let's wait and see if we can actually move that back above a modest 1 trillion. It is my understanding, my thinking, that the market cap of Bitcoin for the duration of the market cycle should peak somewhere between $100,000 to $200,000, which would correspond to a market capitalization of approximately 2 to 4 trillion. We'll see what happens, We will see what happens, but that's sort of what I see happening over the duration of the market cycle, is somewhere between 2 to 4 trillion. Of course, we could have local tops along the way with substantial corrections. People are going to be fearful if that happens, but that's sort of what I see playing out this market cycle. Is a market cap of Bitcoin somewhere between 2 to 4 trillion, somewhere between $1 to $200,000. By the way, make sure you guys subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, what am I doing? Let's post the Telegram channel. By the way, we have over 22,000 people in the Telegram channel, so if you guys are looking for a relatively tight-knit community of 22,000 of your closest friends, I would recommend joining the Telegram channel. If you want some more people to talk about crypto with, I would recommend checking out that Telegram channel. Yeah, I'm still in the bad chair. The reason I haven't gotten the new chair yet, I'm gonna order a new chair, but I'm probably about to move. Like we're probably about to move to a new place soon, and so I don't want to order a chair right when we're about to move. I'd rather just wait until we move and then get the new chair so that it's just delivered to our new place, not the old place. All right, Bitcoin is at 53.4. Remember, if you're an Ethereum bull, this is actually what you want to see. You want to see Bitcoin be between 52, 53K, maybe even 54K. Too much higher than that, Ether Bitcoin will likely start bleeding, is my guess. Yeah, so I know some people tell me they don't get the notifications for the videos. Make sure you like turn on notifications, and then maybe you have to click like all notifications. I also think that sometimes you just don't get notifications because I publish too many videos, and YouTube's like, all right, I've already notified his subscribers of his new video. I'm not going to notify them 6 times a day, right? I'm putting out like 4 to 5 videos a day or something ridiculous. So it probably just doesn't want to clog your feed with the same channel. Therefore, it just recommends only 1 or 2 videos a day, and then the rest go unnoticed, and then the other ones are just other channels that you're getting recommended for, which I can understand, right? I mean, if someone subscribes to a channel, they don't necessarily want to get notified of 6 different videos in the same day on a single channel. So just something I've noticed that people say they don't get notifications. I think it's just because I'm publishing too many videos for them to want to send out notifications each and every time. What's my made it car? Well, currently I'm driving an '07 Chevy, so I guess that's my made it car. Let's see. Ethereum's still at 1840, so we're still hoping that Ethereum can make a run at the title at just over $2,000. Let's put this up on the screen. So we'll put on our bull market support band, and maybe we can also put on our regression band as well. But we're looking to make a run at the title hopefully in the next day or so at just over $2,040. So I would say a new all-time high would be around 2041, okay? And not the year. I'm not saying we have to wait until 2041 to get a new all-time high. The price, if we can get to 2041, this would be a new all-time high and would likely send Ethereum back into price discovery mode. Hopefully we can go to $2,500. I would very much like a $2,500 Ethereum. But again, I think that it won't be really time to get out of bed until at least a $3,000 Ethereum, because I think that Ethereum still has a long way to go. I mean, if you look at the Ether Bitcoin valuation, which is what we sort of measure Ethereum's success by, if it were to go to the top of the channel to go to say 0.05 or 0.06, we're still way below where Ethereum could theoretically be headed in the not so distant future, assuming Bitcoin remains relatively bullish and doesn't go back into price discovery mode and doesn't capitulate. The dot train continues. So I keep telling people, don't sleep on the dot train. Don't sleep on the polka dot train, because it's one hell of a ride. The dot train continues, and again, as I've said before, it looks eerily similar to the Ethereum train back in 2015, 2016, right? I mean, if you look at the two moves of Ethereum against USD versus DOT against USD, and we just simply pull up our 20-day here, I mean, you can see how similar the Ethereum move looks back then to the DOT move today. So I would say, I mean, if DOT were to emulate Ethereum, maybe we have another move for DOT, and then it cools off for a year potentially. I mean, that's what Ethereum did. I mean, back then everything was relatively bullish, and then all of a sudden Ethereum cooled off for a year before ultimately trending much, much higher. So don't be discouraged if at some point crypto does calm down for a while. It might not for a little while, but if it does, I would say don't necessarily be discouraged. It could just be sort of a reloading zone. Someone else with my thoughts on Cardano. Actually, my most viewed video of all time is now a Cardano video. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Let me like, if you go to my channel and you look at the videos that have the most views, the video that I have that has the most views is one that I put out 4 days ago on Cardano, which is essentially, I was calling out everyone's BS of people calling for a $50 ADA in the short term. Because I'm like, guys, come on. ADA's not going to go to a $2 trillion market capitalization, twice Bitcoin's current market capitalization. Let's reel it back in, right? Let's go back down to earth. Right now, we had coins like, Binance, the Binance coin, Polkadot, Cardano, they're all rallying on the idea that they're going to replace Ethereum. Ethereum's not going anywhere. So you just have to let the narrative be spent for a while, and then Ethereum will rally. But yeah, the most viewed video now, and by the way, it has like almost twice as many views as the next video, Ethereum, the overvaluation reaccumulation phase of a lifetime part 1. I thought this was crazy that it has 200. I never thought my most viewed video would be a video on Cardano, when a lot of times Cardano gets some of the least views. I mean, we've been talking about Cardano for a long time on this channel, and historically, those are the videos that get among the least views. But I guess when it goes up 60x, it brings in a few new people. Yeah, so someone says, how do you reconcile Bitcoin going up and the dollar? I would say that, again, on any given day, we can see this happen. We've seen it happen many times where on any given day they both go up or they both go down. My thinking is that if this is a sustained move where it continues moving up, it's going to be harder and harder for Bitcoin to fight against it. This is what my argument is. On any given day, it's really hard to say what's going to happen. I was looking at this earlier, the bull market support band, the 20-week sort of undercut some of it. If we pull up a longer moving average, I'm not really sure. Let's see what this one is. This one is the 50-day. Let's look at the 50-day really quick and see what that looks like. Let's see. So this is the 50-day moving average. I'm not sure if it's useful or not. But again, you know, we had a bear market. I mean, it's basically the same thing. We held some support. Still even not even perfect here. So I don't really know if the moving averages are going to be that useful for it, but we'll take it one day at a time. I mean, if again we had a fake out over here back in September of 2017, and then it just immediately went back down. So if it's sustained, I have a hard time seeing Bitcoin continue to do really well. If it's not sustained, then Bitcoin will almost assuredly continue trending higher. Remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Let's go for 200,000 subscribers. We're currently at 186,000. We've gotten 71,000 subscribers in 4 weeks. That's crazy. It took me 5 months to get 500 subscribers when I launched the channel. Now it's like 500 subscribers an hour. It really is ridiculous. Just if you ever start a YouTube channel, just stick at it, because it's hard when you start, because like only like 3 people in some country, you know, somewhere watch your videos, and then over time it's like a snowball effect. It just keeps growing. Someone says if you purchase the lifetime membership, yeah, we'll keep doing it. By the way, remember, if you guys want to join the premium list, you can join it. We're having the altcoin season sale go on for about 1 more week, so check it out. Lock in the lower rate. If you guys want to, just post it in the chat. You get access to the weekly reports and videos, the alerts channel, the Telegram channel, the risk dashboard. We just launched an Into the Cryptoverse app, so you can only use it if you're on the premium list, but I would encourage you guys, if you're interested, to check that out. I'm also thinking about, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. I'm thinking about maybe launching, I keep saying this, but I haven't done it yet, because we'll see. I'm thinking about launching an Into the Cryptoverse NFT, but we'll see. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that. All right, Ethereum's still at 1838. What I need is a Discord. We have a Discord, actually. It's just very inactive. If you want to go be active on Discord, you can, but can we look at what Link is doing? I mean, it's at $31, $32. Remember, Link can trend up. I mean, it can go to $40, fine, right? But I don't know that it's going to have a massive move against Bitcoin immediately. I would say it might be a few months before it has a major move against Bitcoin. If you look, you know, if we go look at, say, the Link Bitcoin valuation, it's still technically in a bear market according to this against Bitcoin. I mean, it's in a bull market against USD, but it's in a bear market against Bitcoin. So this is why, I mean, I don't think that there's an imminent Link Bitcoin bubble like right around the corner while Bitcoin volatility remains this high. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. ADA regression band. We don't have any ADA regression bands in TradingView. We do have some regression bands that I have, but I haven't put them in TradingView. All right. I don't know that we're going to keep going much longer. I mean, you know, Ethereum's chilling at 1840, Bitcoin's at 53.4. Hopefully, we sort of covered though some of the things we're looking at here. If you want Ether Bitcoin to rally, you want Bitcoin to stop. Okay, it's as simple as that. What would I put 500 on? I mean, you know, investing in cryptocurrency is an individual thing, right? I mean, it depends on your own portfolio. It depends on what you currently have. Without really knowing that, it's kind of irrelevant. Happy birthday, Jared. No, we don't have a dot logarithmic curve. What are we gonna do? I mean, it just launched. Well, I mean, I think at this point we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if Bitcoin is going to let altcoins rally, let Ethereum rally, or if it's just going to steal the show again for another week or two, which is always a possibility, right? I mean, it's certainly always a possibility. So we still, I mean, for Bitcoin to go back into price discovery mode from where it currently is, it needs to go up another about 10%. So if Bitcoin goes up another 10%, it would be entering price discovery mode again. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Also, remember to check out the Telegram channel if you want to join a chat room with 22,000 of your closest friends. The ADA Ether valuation, sure, we can look at ADA ETH. It's come down a little bit, right? I mean, it has come down a little bit here. Which again, I mean, it's not that surprising. So it's come down from this level back all the way down. So remember, I mean, though, if Ethereum goes on a major rally that lasts for, say, 2 weeks, then a Cardano could also rally during that time period. That's what happened in 2018, in 2017 and 2018. So it's not that ADA can't rally again. It was just that the Ethereum rally was sustained for more or less 2 weeks, while altcoin rallies were like 2 or 3 days before stopping, and then some other altcoin would pump. But it was the Ethereum rally that kept going, and I think it was because a lot of people just kept taking profits from their choice altcoins back to Ethereum. Someone says, so yeah, Ethereum is doing nothing again. It's at 1840. I mean, it's funny because it's like, you know, it's up. It literally did 8%, 5%, 6%. Today it's already done 0.29%. I mean, the day just started in terms of UTC time, and you still get people that say that it's not doing anything. If I didn't own Polkadot, would I buy it? I mean, if I didn't own any of the coins that I mainly talk about, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and DOT, I would probably DCA into them, yes. With the expectation that it could trend down in the short term, and then I would just buy more. People keep saying that ADA is a hedge for Ethereum. What's your opinion? Which one is a good hedge for Ethereum, ADA, or DOT? I have both of them, right? I mean, I have both of them. I think they're both solid projects. Gavin Wood, Charles Hoskinson. I have both projects. Yeah, we can take a look at Avalanche. Let's see. Avalanche. So it looks like it's still below its 21-day EMA. 27.58. So it's below it at 25.22. So yeah, I mean, this one has not, I mean, it had a major pump, right? I mean, it did. It pumped from 280 up to $60. Since then, it's retraced a decent amount. It's retraced about 60%. I mean, maybe it's a good time to accumulate. I'm not going to say one way or another, but it's currently below the 21-day EMA. It has certainly been somewhat bearish recently, but we'll see if we can get back above it and trend higher. And we've seen this before. A Link also recently went below its 20-day SMA. If we go over to the daily time frame, you can see that Link did something similar, right, where it dropped below the 20-day, and then it ultimately was able to go back up above the 20-day. So, I mean, for Avalanche, I'd be looking to see if it can sort of pick itself up by its bootstraps and get back above the 20-day SMA, and then sort of maybe continue higher from there. But right now it's below both the 20-day SMA and the 21-day EMA. Yeah, maybe Litecoin's going up marginally. And again, we said it would likely go up if Bitcoin goes up. It's just that there's other coins that would probably give you a better ROI. All right, well, I think we'll wrap it up here. We've been going for about 45 minutes. I have 3 videos that I want to release, so I would look for one of those videos to pop up in the not so distant future. And then we'll post another 2 videos, you know, at some point over the next, say, like 16 hours. And then after that, we'll maybe do a chain link video at some point in the not so distant future. So if you guys like the content, definitely subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. We have the premium list. You guys can check out the altcoin season sale. Also check out the Telegram channel if you want access to a pretty cool chat community that's fairly well moderated as well. So we have a lot of great moderators in that chat room. They do a really great job. So check it out. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see what happens in the crypto market. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Keep an eye on Ethereum. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe. Let's hit 200,000 subscribers. Turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time. Bye.